This could be the beach area of a mega yacht. Instead, it is the beach area of a tender for mega yachts. ANVERA 48 is a maxi rib built entirely of carbon. The aim was that of creating a sporty and sustainable product that is capable of running fast with few horsepowers. In other words, very efficient. To create a boat out of the ordinary requires a lot of experience in design planning, construction, and in the use of special materials to exploit all the properties. Also, you need to have clear ideas on what goals you want to achieve. ANVERA 48 is 14.5 metres long and up to 5.5 metres wide, with open terraces. It has two 370 horsepower Mercury diesel engines, not many in relation to its size and equipment. How come? For us to get to know the ANVERA product in the best way, we need to take a step back in time. In 1991, Luca Ferrari, a pilot who will become the World Class 1 offshore champion in 1994, and Gilberto Grassi, his team manager, built the first offshore carbon competition. These experiences are the basis on which some projects of the Ferretti Group will develop. At that time, the company had Giancarlo Gaglioni holding the role as managing director. These men, Luca Ferrari, Gilberto Grassi and Giancarlo Gaglioni, are the makers of the ANVERA project, born in 2014. To design the lines of this ANVERA 48 and the flagship ANVERA 55, they turned to Aldo Drudi of Drudi Performance, an established company in the world of engines. Are you familiar with Valentino Rossi's helmets? But Drudi is at his first experience in boating, so what is the result? This. We are admiring a design product, but what we need to evaluate is the quality of construction. The long experience of the ANVERA management made it that the construction site equipped itself of structure of specialized personnel to carry out the manufacture of carbon internally. The tubes are a technical, functional and aesthetic element, and ANVERA has chosen to use them for stability, safety, practicality in manoeuvring, and then found a way to make them even more useful by overturning them. What catches the eye is the spaciousness obtained on the surface, a wonderful platform on the water, open, without borders, bigger than that of mega yachts. But that is not enough. Their volume also serves as a hold for the water toys. These armchairs are also comfortable in the water. They have chosen this layout to make the contact with the sea more intense and comfortable. For example, look at the swim ladder, which is also a catwalk. The bow line could not better express the sportiness of this product. The windshield pillars extend aesthetically with beautiful carbon handrails. The T-top has no aft supports, and a suspended structure so long on a vehicle that jumps on the waves requires a complex design study to withstand stress and can only be made with carbon. The roof socket provides air to the engine room. The steering position is for 3 people, and the seats have aeronautical-style aluminium supports, as a reminder that the weight is an enemy of performance. They even pierced brackets and seats, complicating work in order to save a few pounds. The kitchen can be set up at one's taste. In the dinette you can sit 8 people, and this type of padding lets the water flow. The table is made with a beautiful forged carbon, as well as other elements of the deck. Below deck in the summit, the double bunk is inserted in a design environment that does not perceive the presence of the tubulars. In front of the bed, a little sofa, and on the opposite side, a small sitting area, then a cabinet and a wardrobe. The bathroom is complete with shower, the dunnages are carbon, everything is high-tech here. Not even the electric panel gives up expressing the style of this model. ANVERA is special not only in what you see, but also in what you don't. Tell me if you've ever seen a system room neater than this.
ANVERA 48 è prodotto in due versioni.
ANVERA 48 is produced in two versions. This one, with two Mercury diesel stern drive engines of 370 horsepower each, or ANVERA 48S, with two Mercury diesel engines of 550 horsepower, combined with top system surface propulsions. It is built entirely of carbon fibre and is a unique product of its kind in terms of strength, lightness and performance.
Leggerezza e prestazioni. La carena è stata disegnata da Andrea Frabetti, autore.
The hull was designed by Andrea Frabetti, author of many interesting and innovative nautical projects. He chose a dead rise aft of 15 degrees and a half, and then he used properties of the Redan. Andrea Frabetti also took care of the propulsion system and the engine room design. Lightness on a boat is important for many factors. The first one, a favourable surf and structure even at low speed. We are just 9 knots. The engines are at 1,600 revolutions per minute.
I motori sono a 1600 giri minuto. Leggerezza significa.
The lightness also means less inertia, therefore greater acceleration.
Non solo per stupire I vostri ospiti a bordo.
Not only to amaze your guests on board or to challenge other boats at sea, but also to control navigation on rough waters, accelerating and decelerating on every wave when conditions are demanding.
Leggerezza significa anche un.
Lightness also means faster control of the tracking.
Qualche dato di navigazione, siamo a 20.
Some navigation data. We're at 24 knots, engines that consume 60 litres per hour altogether.
Questo esemplare è stato ottimizzato per le andature di crociera.
This model has been optimised for cruising. The stern feet are Bravo 3 and the propellers are the standard ones. But if you want, you can mount racing propellers for more thrills.
Qualche brivido in più.
It does not need trim correctors, at least not in these circumstances. We are sailing at 30 knots. Total consumption is 80 litres per hour. Engine at 3,000 revolutions per minute.
3000 giri minuto.
Despite an unusual equipment. For example, the terraces and their plumbing systems, obviously heavy. This boat has a displacement of only 8 tons.
Questa imbarcazione ha un dislocamento a vuoto di sole 8 tonnellate. Oggi però,
Today, however, with the cargo loaded and considering 740 horses of total applied power, the weight-power ratio is 13 kilos per horsepower. I give you this data because physics tell us that it would be almost utopian to be able to reach a speed of 40 knots with this configuration.
Riuscire a raggiungere una velocità di 40 nodi con questa configurazione. Eppure sento
Yet I feel we can go fast.
andare veloci. Ho dato ancora un po' di gas.
I gave it some more gas. We're at 38 knots. Now I like the trim even better. It's more stretched out on the water and it no longer feels the waves.
adesso...
And now, let's go full speed. And a little trim, but very little.
E un po' di trim, ma poco poco. Motori al regime massimo di 4.000 giri minuto. Il consumo per ciascun motore è di 78 litri ora.
Engines at the maximum speed of 4,000 revolutions per minute. The consumption for each engine is 78 litres per hour. It's not high and the speed is 43 knots and 9.44 knots. Fantastic. With only 740 horsepower on a 14.5 metres.
ANVERA 48 è davvero un prodotto speciale.
ANVERA 48 is a very special product. Fast, sporty, big, extendable, that doesn't need a lot of power to run fast, and therefore has reduced consumption and emissions, just as our consciences desire today. But this is only the beginning of the ANVERA project. They are already facing even more innovative challenges.
Sfide ancora più innovative.